What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a nice weekend day getting some work done. That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I take advantage of it. I want to get the remaining part of the quarter panels welded on. If you remember, I said that I took the advice of the Infernal Craftsman, aka Robert Adams. He recommended that before I weld these sections of the quarter in, I get my valance panel fitting correctly. So before I weld those in, I want to make sure that those are fit properly. But, and I kind of put something together in my head here that I don't know that I mentioned before, or maybe I didn't even realize before. If you guys remember, this frame rail was lifted, I think, what was it, 1.5 inches? I can't even remember. I had to lower it. Well, the valance panel was all banged up, and it looks like there was some kind of major hit right here. I don't know if you would call that major, but that could have had something to do with it. But I have to get this straightened out because this is pulled over. I think everything will actually line up nicely once I get this hammered out. Now, I haven't done a whole lot of hammer and dollying, so this will be a learning experience for sure. It's about a 1/2 inch short on this side, so pulling this out, it should push this over, and everything should be able to line up nicely, and we're just going to try to get it close. So I'm not going to get it perfect, I just need to get it straightened out and make sure that it will line up with the quarter panels, and then I can weld them in. Once I get them welded in, we're going to coat the underside in POR 15, then we're going to reassemble the back end, and we're going to drop it down. Just have this held in right now in the center with the sheet metal screw. Get it up there. It is not pretty, but coming along okay. I want to work this flipped up edge over. See if I can't knock it back around. Might have to get underneath it and pry it. I mean, I guess my reasoning or my thought process is it's only going to be better than what it was at this point, so I'm not too afraid to get in here and really rip stuff around. Alright, so it is by no means perfect, but I did get a decent amount of it straightened out. So you can see there's still a lot of work that needs done up in here. I'm going to try to get it a little bit closer to what I think it should be, and this is just me ballparking and guessing, because all I can really do is go off of this side over here. So this dip right in here, I'm going to want to try to straighten out some. So I'm going to work on that and then we'll be back. Okay, so I will show you the exact issue that Robert was warning me of. Right here is the inside flange that is supposed to fit on this side of the quarter panel. As you can see, right here's the lip. This quarter panel needs to shift over about 1/4 inch to allow that to slide up in. I'm not sure what's going on yet. It does look like the quarter panel should move over some, but it feels like it is like there is no room whatsoever. So I'm gonna have some, gotta put my thinking cap on for this one. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, because if the quarter panel lines up against the rear trunk brace like it should and comes straight down, this would be fine. But I'm realizing the quarter panel travels outward, and I don't know what's causing it to do that, unless it has to do with the way it's mounted over in here. Yeah, this, if I clamp this down, that might help it travel over some. Thinking about this again. Alright, so I had a screw here that I just had holding the quarter panel in place. I pulled that out, and that does give me a little bit more ability to push this quarter panel inward. What I think I'm going to do is try to get a ratchet strap it on right here, take it over to the other frame rail, and just see if I can't pull it over just far enough to see if this panel will fit on. And if it does, I'll either re-screw it or weld it in at that point, don't know. Boy, I'm really hesitant to do this. You can see it's already pulling on the... I might get another ratchet strap right in here, so I'm trying to pull on it more evenly. I don't know. Let's see if that fits on like that. We're close. We are very close. Alright, so I pulled it over with 2 ratchet straps. It is much better now. It's coming down straight. Man, I just don't know what all was going on there. I don't think I damaged the quarter panel in any way. I think it all looks pretty good. So we will see if this fits on. Well, it's closer, but it ain't, it's not there yet. This tail panel needs work a little bit too, because of the way the back of this quarter panel is shaped. Stuff's moving around actually as I look at it. This is going out this way, so I'm definitely having some issues here for sure. Gotta figure this out. I don't know what's going on with this quarter panel. It's acting really weird. And this has worked its way out, which has me concerned. I'm gonna try tapping that in quick with a hammer. Okay, so I threw the tail panel on just to make sure it would fit, which everything lines up there, I think, as best as I can tell. Now, one problem, and I knew that this was going to be a little bit of an issue, is remember these quarter panels are just a little bit long, and that causes some fitment issues right in here. But I mean, I'm not shortening this. There's no way I'm going to do that. So I'm probably going to, with the tail, or with the rear valance fitting correctly now, I'm probably going to weld all of this in and work on these issues later. I think that's my best bet. So, but I can tell you right now, Huge shout out to Robert Adams, aka the Infernal Craftsman on YouTube. If he hadn't had me hold off on this, and I had welded all this in before checking this, the way this rear valance panel fits, probably would have been in the fetal position right now, crying like a baby, because I don't know how I would have fixed that. Fortunately, with a few ratchet straps and a little bit of persuasion, I was able to get it to go. So I think with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and weld this stuff in. Just cleaning up where I'm going to be making my welds. Just taking a little drill bit and scratching everything up in there, removing the paint. That's a thank you to Harvey Redmond for telling me to do that. Now generally I'll sand these like I did on the other quarter panel, but since everything's fitting and I want to get this in, this is how we're doing it today. All right, it's all welded up. I'm gonna pop off the ratchet strap and see if it moves. And it did not. Thank goodness. We're good. Big shout out to Robert Adams. He saved my butt on that one. All right, we got both sides taken care of. Everything looks good. This is all welded up. And this side over here is all welded up. So that much closer to getting the back end installed and dropping it down. Like I said, what I want to do is get under here, clean everything up, get the POR 15 from about the back half of the car up to about halfway underneath. We'll get the back end on and drop it down, so we're getting close. For my first time doing this work, I'm happy with the way everything is lining up. I'll be honest though, I have this small fear that we're going to drop it down and the quarter panels are just going to explode off the sides of the car. So we'll see. We'll see what happens whenever we finally drop it down. Hopefully it's this episode. So we're going to call it for today though.